Good morning. How are you today? Well, today instead of walk and talk, it's saunter and talk. I'm allowed to walk after visiting my dentist, but I don't think they understood how I normally walk. And I can't exercise for 3 days, so that takes me to Saturday. And yesterday I took one of their pain medications, but I can't today because I have to write. And it had a pleasant feeling, but it was hard to concentrate. So, Tylenol today. Okay, so that's more than you want to know, but I'm able to be out today. And I'm writing papers that are due today. So that's my calendar. Now you got my full deal here. So while I was sitting in a chair having people drill into my mouth, Bezos went up in space. And I don't know, these billionaires spending their money on this is one thing, but I kind of felt there was something more fun about Bezos' trip. I can't put my finger on it. I did like his message about, we're opening up space to others. It sounded more selfless. And it was a kick that he had an astronaut, a woman, who had great promise to go into space, but like the other women in the program, never got there. And I knew a great lady in college, Linda Bocelli, and she wanted to be part of the space program. She did everything she could. I heard from a friend, but she never made it. So I think because of that, I felt the kind of victory for women, even in this, token way, this symbolic way, that she got to go up and to float in near space. So that's a kick. I'm glad to see the president's friend Barack, who was basically doing favors for the United Arab Emirate without declaring himself, which means that he was doing things he didn't want other people to know about. So he's on the wrong end of a criminal prosecution, and that's the way it should be from the period 2016 to 18. So it's a bridge between when Trump was a candidate and he raised money for him, and when Trump was wrongly in the West Wing. So it'll be nice to see him go down. Also, each one of these reckonings, I think, help us as a community believe in reckonings, insist we get more. So that I don't forget it, in the circumstance of reckonings, we saw how the Republicans are going to have No Jacket Jordan be one of the members of the select committee. Now, as you probably know, the speaker can decide who is permitted to be on the group, and we do not need that clown on this group. And I would, if I had the opportunity to advise the speaker, and I hope others are saying the same thing, I'd tell her that he has no business being on this. Indeed, no one who had anything to do with the vote, who voted on that terrible day on January the 6th, and who was voting against the pro forma approval of Biden as president, should be on that committee. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she has to say. And because I've had my head buried, if it's happened already, terrific. If it hasn't, please do it soon. We see more and more that we're on the wrong side of the pandemic, and that is that the Delta variant is wreaking havoc, and the only thing that seems to be able to contain it is taking the vaccine. And we see that the numbers are very high where people are not taking the vaccine, and we're seeing some Republicans coming forward, and it's always good to have people say the right thing, even if you disagree with them 98% of the time. So every little bit, or every large bit, helps a great deal. The distressing thing is that we hear both in the White House and on Pelosi's staff, those who were vaccinated are also suffering from the COVID-19, or I guess COVID-21. The cost to our society is something, because of the deaths because of COVID-19, life expectancy as an average has been affected, and we've lost 1.5 years of expectancy. Now, it's an average, it's a statistic, but it does give some indication with the large number of citizens we have that this is a really dangerous disease. Not that those of us who've been vaccinated, distancing, being careful, we all know that. How do you get the others to know it? I don't know. Slap them up the side of the head, like the nuns used to do to me. Only for talking. That was the only thing that I did wrong, that I remember anyhow, and that's the way it's going to stay. Finally, in terms of environmental disaster and economic, I think we're at 1.2 million acres of forest on fire in the West. That is just stunning and terrible. And are we going to have the same problem connecting these events to the responsibility we must embrace to deal with global warming? I hope so. We have a lot of people that the younger people get it. If only they were in position now, in positions of leadership and decision making, that they could address this problem, I frankly would feel so much better. But we're reading the stories that's giving the light to the way, and hopefully we'll have people on and off the hill, in and out of government, who push for sensible policies. So I'm still not in pain. I'm going to go back and work while my head is clear after I finish this saunter, excuse me. And all things being equal, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.